Once upon a time, in the realms far beyond the enchanting castle where Cinderella lived as a gracious queen beside her loving prince, lay magical lands she had ventured, the Crystal Kingdom, the Rainbow Land, and the Garden of Dreams. Today, we find her wandering in the latter, an Edenic realm of never-ending bloom. Adorned in a gown of endless hues, woven from silken sunbeams and threaded moons, Cinderella was the epitome of grace. Her laughter was like a sprinkle of fairy dust as she conversed with talking flowers and playful sprites. Eventually, her steps led her to the ancient, magical tree that stood at the very heart of the Garden of Dreams. Its twisting branches were burdened with an array of magical fruits, each holding a different wonder or adventure. However, today was unlike any other day. As she touched one of the radiant fruits, a wish tumbled from her lips, almost involuntarily.
Oh, what would my life have been had I never danced through these wondrous realms?
Before her eyes, a pair of glass slippers shimmered into existence. With childlike wonder, Cinderella slipped her feet into them, and in an instant, they transformed into blue crystal slippers. A magical lullaby resonated from the tree, drifting her into a slumber right there, under its ancient boughs. Within her dreams, she was whisked back to the days of her old life. Yet, this was different. She was not the queen now. She was once again the young, forlorn maiden living under the spiteful gazes of her stepsisters and the cruel hand of her stepmother. In this dreamlike reality, she found herself amid the pomp and splendor of the grand ball. Wearing a gown that glowed as if kissed by moonlight, Cinderella descended the grand staircase, her glass slippers turning to blue crystal with every step she took. Eyes turned and whispers followed her. Yet, one gaze was more intense than others, the gaze of the prince, the very man she had married in her true life.
Dance with me.
The prince extended his hand with a warm smile. As she stepped onto the ballroom floor, her slippers shimmered between glass and crystal, reflecting her internal world of wonders. They waltzed, their hearts communicating in a language only they understood. But midnight was a treacherous hour, even in dreams. The clock began to chime, and Cinderella fled, leaving behind a single glass slipper. The next day, the kingdom was abuzz with news. The prince would visit every home, for the maiden who fit the slipper would be the one he'd marry. Cinderella's heart sank as her stepmother locked her in the attic. Her stepsisters tried on the glass slipper, and oh, the suspense, both managed to squeeze their feet in. However, as they strutted around, everyone could see that the slipper remained just that, glass. Suddenly, a melodious song filled the air. Bluebirds and mice worked in a flurry, and with a bit of magical assistance, Cinderella was freed. Just as the prince was about to leave, disheartened, Cinderella appeared at the doorway.
Wait,
she cried, catching her breath. Cinderella approached and sat delicately on the satin cushion by the prince. As she slipped her foot into the glass slipper, the room held its breath. Then, the most magical transformation occurred. The slipper turned into the most brilliant shade of blue crystal. The prince knelt and gently kissed Cinderella's hand.
It was not the slipper, but your heart that called to me,
he said softly. Suddenly, Cinderella awoke under the magical tree, her slippers shimmering back into their glass form. As her eyes fluttered open, she found her prince beside her. He gently lifted the slippers from her feet and took her into his arms.
You slept long, my queen. I feared I've lost you to your dreams,
he said. Cinderella smiled, embracing the reality she now knew she wouldn't trade for any dream or magical adventure.
my love,
she whispered.
it was in dreams and reality alike that I found you. No journey could ever be more magical than the life we share.
They returned to their castle, forever cherishing the love that turned glass into crystal and dreams into reality. In their world of love and enchantment, every day was a new page of their never-ending fairy tale. And that my dear, is the end of our tale. May you have sweet dreams filled with wonder and adventure, and wake up to a beautiful new day, ready to explore the world around you.